I forgot to take attendance the entire day. And today, it's just one of those days where I woke up and I was excited on my way to work, and then everything just fell apart. Monday morning, I actually need to go run back to one of the office areas to go retrieve my copies, because I was making copies, went to the office real quick to go check my mailbox, and then I saw this sitting on the counter. It even has my name on there because it's mine. I didn't realize that I was missing it, mainly because it has not been working, and I bought the megaphone over 10 years ago, so this was actually it was at the first high school campus I was at. I didn't use it at the last high school campus because it no longer works when speaking. However, that was a little bit loud. That still works. So just like last time, hopefully the videos work, because they didn't work for some reason first and second period. If not, then I have a backup plan. See if the first video will play. If not, we're gonna try something different.
It doesn't work. Error loading.
Okay, so now what you're gonna do is go back to the cloud, where you like normally access all like your grades and blend. Type in go to Google Classroom if you have that tile. If not, type in Google Classroom into the search bar. And I need to do it over here. Today was not my day. I'm not even gonna complain that much, because this time last year, when returning back to the classroom after being gone for six years, taking 2 advanced courses, I don't know whose dumb idea that was, and then having some difficult sections of some of my classes, I'm doing a lot better this year. Long story short, I woke up late, don't remember getting out of bed, cutting off my alarm. Still happy to be here at school. My students, my A-Day classes were supposed to do the same thing my B-Day classes did, watching these videos on the Canvas site. However, the issues that I had with first period last Wednesday happened again today. Not just with first period, but with second period. So I was like, you know what? Because they couldn't even, like, the video wasn't even buffering. They couldn't even see the video, it just said error. So I was like, you know what? I shot the video, I know what's on the notes, I'm just gonna teach the class as a whole. So it just didn't work out, everything that I had planned for today, which I was confused and frustrated because everything worked on Friday, and then rolled around to today, I'm not understanding why the videos on the Canvas site aren't playing at all when there were no issues on Friday. It's only Tuesday, and I feel like this has been the longest week ever. Maybe because my evaluation is tomorrow, and also perhaps because of yesterday. And I just feel like I've been running around with like a chicken with my head cut off. So yesterday, it's crazy. Today, first of all, I stayed up until like 1 o'clock or almost 2 o'clock this morning. And then today was also like the latest I ever arrived at school. Not that I was tired, but it was kind of like this thing where like I didn't feel like I needed to rush to be here. Not that I rushed to be here in the beginning, but it was just one of these things where like, you know what, I'm just going to take my time at home. I'm going to wash dishes, and I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning and do some other stuff, and then I'm gonna come to work. That's basically what my attitude was today. But when I got here, then I was preparing, and I have my evaluation tomorrow, so I don't know if that's also, I don't feel nervous for it because I've done stations before. This is perhaps the most differentiated level of stations that I've done before, that I've done ever. It's because normally we've done stations this year, we've done 3 of them. However, I've had duplicate sets, like a set in the back in the lab and a set here in the classroom. Whereas this time, I'm having 2 different concept stations. So I'm having atomic structure in the back, and then I'm having the periodic table of elements up here in the front area of the classroom. So I did it today with my B-Day classes. For the most part, it went pretty well. There are some just minor things that I need to change, and so that's why I'm here trying to fix those things for tomorrow, not just for the evaluation, but for my A-Day classes, so it will run smoother. And it's also things that I've been meaning to change in regard to the things that I've noticed through the last 3 station activities that we've done, mainly because, even though like through my best efforts, I will tell students, make sure you put all the materials back where you got them from, because I'll have perhaps 2 of each station set at a table. for some reason, like the students still mix them up. And so what I did is I taped everything down to the tables in the back. So other than that, I also was just a little bit frustrated because I went to go, I was like, well, I'm here setting some stuff up. I can go throw some things on the copier, let it run, because at this point it's like it was 6:30, and I'm sure like when I went out to the parking lot, all the cars were gone. But I go and there was some teacher, making copies, and then I tried to run to the office, and then that immediately jammed, and then I tried to fix it, and then I couldn't close the copier door. So I'm sitting there like, like I know how this works, and the door wouldn't shut. So finally I just canceled my print job, and then I tried another copier, and then that one, the drawer wasn't closing. Like I sat there and closed it, and the screen was saying that it wouldn't shut, and then it was out of staples. So I'm like, you know what, forget this. I'll do this first thing in the morning. So with that said, I am gonna go home because I'm tired, and I wanna get some sleep before my eval tomorrow. And tomorrow is college day, so I'm gonna wear my college shirt and my jeans. I'm not getting dressed up for my evaluation, just because it is my evaluation. I'm gonna still dress how I normally would dress on a Wednesday. If you said something about ions, like cations, I will accept that. But really it's comparing all three, and there are isotopes. Right. Cations are what?
Positive.
Positive.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I got you. Positive. Cat ion.
Is it cat?
You get it? Okay, so what we are doing today, we have done stations before in the past. Those of you who've been here since like day one, we've done, I think, 3 total. So today, there is an atomic structure one. Look at your sheets real quick, you have 2 of them. Look at the very top. One of them says atomic structure, one of them says periodic table. Just like before, you can pick and choose what stations you want to go to and how you want to move around. The periodic table stations are all here in the front in the class area. All atomic structure stations are in the back in the lab area. And 8.
She only had 1 energy level and she didn't use this one, so she's putting there's 1 valence electron. And right here she's saying she used the 2nd level, so she says there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 valence electrons. And there's actually 1.
Correct.
I told you.
So it's what?
Now that there are electrons. There are How many electrons does it have? Oh, okay, I see what you did. You start from, when you see the video, you'll understand. You start from this power. So when you look back at the way that you have it sounds nice. You don't have to So I had my evaluation today. Overall, I think it went pretty well. I wasn't nervous about it. I knew I wanted to do, so we did stations today, and I knew I wanted to do stations at the beginning of the school year. I just didn't know what station activity I wanted to do for the evaluation. I don't think my camera or this week wants me to document because just thing after thing has been happening. From my battery continuing to die, the memory, to me being interrupted, to things just falling apart. I want this week to be over. So not that I want to complain, because this time last year I had it much worse and I've had much worse years, but this week has been boom, 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 one thing after another. Starting with Monday, I came to work happy on Monday. I'm like, it's Monday, it's a beautiful day, I'm jamming to music on my way to work. And I'm in the front office because I'm making copies in another room. Went to the office to check my mail, and on the front office counter I see there's this bullhorn, this megaphone. And I'm like, oh, that looks like mine. And I almost walk out the office because I had copies. I'm like, oh, let me go look at the model to see if it's similar to mine. I turn it around and there is my name on the bullhorn in my handwriting. So I was just a little bit disturbed because I was trying to remember when I last had it, and I don't know if someone took it at the end of last school year or if it got taken when I had moved all my stuff over the summer and it was just, all my stuff was sitting out, or I don't even know if someone who knew I had it came into my room and took it. We just had some big festival this past weekend, and so I'm thinking someone borrowed it to use it in the festival. I don't know, and at this point it was just a little bit weird that it was sitting there and someone took it without asking me. Then there goes the bell. So now I'm gonna go. So as I've been trying to vlog all week, all day today, I just haven't had time because either the bell is ringing, because I tried to shoot my vlog maybe 5 minutes before the start of next period if I finish everything that I need to during my conference period, or like someone knocks at the door, or I leave my charger at home and my battery life is depleted, or my memory card is full. That happened all this week. In addition to that happening, let's see, on Monday, tech failure Monday, because the videos, the same thing that happened last Wednesday with my first period happened on Monday, except for the fact that instead of buffering, the videos didn't play, just said error, can't load. And I just said, you know what, I'm not even gonna try to troubleshoot the videos. You really don't need to watch the videos, I can teach it. The reason I was doing it was because we will be a one-to-one campus. We're using the Canvas program, and that's what our campus in the district is pushing forward. And I figured, let me get some practice. I'm on the tech committee, so I might as well start utilizing it so that way when we have to help teachers, I can help teachers. So it didn't work. I decided, you know what, I'm just going to teach. The students can still, once they get the notes, they can go onto Canvas and they can answer the questions. I stayed up really late Monday night, Tuesday morning, so I didn't go to bed until like 2:00 a.m. I wasn't just like doing teacher stuff, I just had trouble sleeping, and then I was like watching videos online and things like that. So on the Tuesday, I'm tired, obviously because I stayed up really late. However, I was getting all these notices for forms that I needed to fill out for students, and the frustrating thing about that was that some students that I had received forms for had meetings that day. And by this point, when I was receiving some of those forms, I was my conference period had already passed. So I'm thinking, like, when am I supposed to fill this out? You know, am I supposed to just stop teaching and fill this stuff out so that way, you know, students can have this feedback during that meeting? And I understand the importance. You know, I was an administrator, and having that teacher feedback is great because then you share that with a parent, because oftentimes many of the teachers can't go to those meetings during the school day. So it's like, hey, this is what we can have to share with the parent. So because I was getting all these things and I did complete most of them, I actually just a few minutes ago realized that I missed one that was due yesterday. The meeting was held yesterday, and I felt bad because it looked like, you know, hey, I'm not taking care of my stuff. But then when I started thinking about it, I'm like, you know what, no, like I filled out the other forms in a timely manner, considering the fact that I got them, some of them at least, on the day that they were having the meeting. So it really wasn't fair to me to expect me to have the stuff completed in a timely manner if I wasn't being sent them in a timely manner. So that was frustrating. Wednesday was my evaluation. I felt that that went pretty well. My students did the same thing that my students did on Tuesday, my B-Day students did on Tuesday. So on Tuesday before I left, I just I modified it and just tied up some loose ends around here before I left, because there were things that I had already noticed, and you know, I wasn't gonna leave it the same and then have my observer tell me, yeah, what I had already knew. If I'm gonna get feedback on something, I want something that maybe I'm not aware of, or something that I might be a little bit aware of, but they can perhaps give me some additional feedback on that. But I felt it went well, and right now I'm just waiting to hear back to see, you know, how I did overall. And the students the one class that I had selected to be observed, it was funny because they're normally very energetic, but then this time they were quiet, and I'm like, why are you guys so quiet? You know, just be yourselves. Like, there's no need. And I didn't tell them that I was being observed. I don't like to tell my classes when I'm being observed. So the administrator just showed up, and there you go. And I think I lost the cow key because Wednesday when I was leaving, I was actually about to walk out the door, and I noticed that my laptops were still out. So I went to put the laptops up, and then I thought I put the key back where I always put it. But this morning when I came in, And I was gonna set the laptops out during my 6th period because we needed them. I couldn't find the key, so I don't know where it's at. I don't know if I accidentally put it in my pants as I was leaving last night. So it's been a very frustrating week to say the least, but now I'm going to go home because I'm tired. And hopefully Friday is better to me. So TGIF, praying to you Friday, praying to you. I don't know if you could tell I was a little bit frustrated perhaps from that little last clip. I just realized I felt like I was shouting and just rambling and ranting the entire time. And I shouldn't really complain because this time last year I was more stressed out coming back and some of my classes are difficult, and I was also taking 2 advanced courses. But I think this is the first time this year where like every single day of the week something has gone on, and I've been staying up pretty late and having trouble sleeping. So I just need to go home and get some rest. And tomorrow's Friday, so hopefully everything goes well. My students are just repeating what my B-Day classes did today, and they're finishing up the stations. It's Friday, Friday. I hate that song. I'm looking for the cow key. The hunt is on. So the week has come to an end. I'm gonna get ready to go home. It's 6 o'clock. I actually had about 10 students here for tutoring. Well, they weren't here for tutoring, they were here to make up and finish the stations. I had a couple students for my B-Day classes, and then I had students for my A-Day classes today. The last student just left a few minutes ago. I'm tired. I didn't find the cow key. Cow key, for those who don't know, or the cow, is computer on wheels. And so it's just the cart that houses the 30 laptops. And I know I didn't take it home because, and I know, first of all, I looked at home yesterday when I was there. I went through my pockets and find anything through my book bag, didn't find anything. But I always, that's the very first thing after I close and unlock it, I walk straight to the place I normally put the key, and I leave it there. And it wasn't there yesterday, and I checked this morning when I got here, it wasn't there. I was kind of hoping that I accidentally did take it home, but again, like I said, it wasn't in my pant pocket, my jeans pocket. Other than that, this week was, like I said earlier, bam, 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 I got hit. Every single day of the week, except today. Today was actually pretty good. I played music, which I realized I did that all last school year, and I didn't do that at all. I haven't played music at all, except for that one time when I was doing the demo, but I didn't play throughout class as I normally would do, so that was fun. Just having the students do the stations and then me playing music and walking around and helping. Other than that, I am going to go home because I like to forget this week. Well, that was another week, a very frustrating week. If you're interested in checking out some of my other video clips, you can do so by clicking on any of the links right here. If there was anything about this particular video that you liked, then make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and or share the video. And if you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe so that way you can bond with James. As always, thanks for watching.